Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time reviewing on Bratz Babyz the Movie. Now, as you know, Bratz Babyz the Movie was a 2006 film that was pretty much the next step in the whole Bratz film series, as well as being an attempt in doing the Bratz as infants. And I think a lot of shows try to pull this off, like, Muppets Babies, and when you had the Rugrats sort of doing their own show all grown up, with Tommy, Chucky, Phil and Lil and all that as teenagers, I think to me was that Rugrats worked more because it showed you the lives and adventures of Tommy, Chucky, Phil and Lil, Kimmy and Dale, beyond the playpen. So I think having Bratz as infants is a good idea, but at the same time, I think the idea does feel a little weak at points. So the premise of the film is meant to follow two twins, Nita and Nora, who end up going to the shopping mall at the daycare centre, and we kind of see how, one of the twins' dogs, puppies, is stolen by Dwayne, who is meant to be this big, overdone kid. And obviously, Dwayne is supposed to be the film's version of Angelica. I would say there's a difference between the two. I think with Angelica, there were moments where she could redeem herself, but we also saw how she used things for all her advantages. How she kind of managed to wrap people around her little finger. I feel Dwayne, on the other hand, is just pretty much the big, dumb, bully kid stereotype. And it's clear that he's just using the puppy as well as the Bratz to get what he wants. As it's kind of like using it as leverage to kind of get things for you without any real work. And obviously, this is kind of where it's going to have the Bratz try to kind of get the money, try to find ways of then doing the sort of talent show. And I think it's not a bad idea, but I think having the Bratz sort of talk with the grown-ups, I just think feels a little out of place, because I think what Rugrats got right at, we didn't really need the babies to talk to the grown-ups, because the point with Rugrats was just showing how, you always kind of saw how Tommy tried to be the leader. Chucky was always going to face his fears by himself. You always kind of had Phil and Lil bicker about things, but always managed to work things out. I think there was a lot more you could have done with the Bratz being sort of infants. Like, Chloe sort of being a bit more critical at points. Maybe kind of have Sasha not being too sassy. I think there was a lot more that could have been done. And I do have a bit of a theory that Bratz Babyz the Movie was possibly a pilot for a TV show that just didn't get picked up. And obviously, the network just said, let's just boot this thing to a direct-to-video movie and salvage whatever we can. And I think what's interesting is when you do have them one scene with the characters going into a movie theatre, obviously this is going to reference the whole Bratz super baby sort of thing, where it's going to kind of foreshadow what there's going to be next. And I think to me was that, I think Bratz Babyz had the good idea, but I just think by the end of it, it feels like a bit like it's trying to be Rugrats, but it doesn't know how to be. And I think it's a shame too, because I think there was a lot you can definitely do with this kind of product. And I think there really was an intention to do more. So I think this film definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. Well, it's not a bad idea. It just feels like there was a lot more potential that just sadly got wasted. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.